of Texas. We're going to have details on a presentation by El Paso City Council on this matter. Then the Supreme Court has its hands full with its final session of the year. We're going to tell you what they'll be discussing. And it was such a chilly day yesterday, very winter-like. Robert, are we going to have more in store?
Monica, I agree. Yesterday, high temperature 52. Thankfully, the sunshine came out today, but we have one more winter-like day this week. I'm going to have your detailed forecast. We're live on KTSM 9+, and your news starts right now.
You're watching KTSM 9 News first at 4. Starts right now.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to KTSM 9+, your digital newscast. I'm Monica Cortez. We're actually starting off with developing news. El Paso police, they are investigating a serious crash involving a pedestrian, this time in the lower valley. According to police, one person was injured after being struck by a vehicle on Lancaster Drive. A spokesperson with El Paso Fire tells KTSM one person was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Meanwhile, El Paso Police special traffic investigators are looking into the cause of this crash. And it was a busy scene in downtown El Paso just about an hour ago, where the area near East Overland was closed down briefly. And according to El Paso police, their bomb squad was sent out to check out a suspicious item. Left at the municipal court building after a brief investigation, the item was deemed to be non-hazardous. All streets have been opened again. And first at 4, El Paso City Council heard a presentation on hunger in the local area during their work session this morning. In fact, according to the presentation, Texas has the highest rate of food insecurity in the nation, with El Paso experiencing twice the food insecurity of Texas. Overall, the United States has a 12.8% rate of food insecurity. Texas is at 17.6%, and El Paso sits at double that at 35%. The presentation went on to detail how people who experience food insecurity are more likely to experience malnutrition and chronic conditions like heart disease and diabetes. Warren Goodall, the executive director for the Kelly Center for Hunger Relief, says this is nothing new.
It's not a problem that happened yesterday. It's not a problem that happened because of COVID. It's not a problem that's happening because the government is cutting social services. It's a problem that's been consistent in our community for many, many years.
Now, the USDA defines food insecurity as a household's inability to provide enough food for each person to live an active, healthy lifestyle. Food insecurity can also occur when there is an abundance of processed, prepackaged, calorie-dense foods because these foods do not contain adequate nutrition. And tomorrow, El Paso Water is inviting you, the public, to an open house to learn more about how the utility spends its money in our community. This as El Paso Water officials proposed a budget for the next year along with a rate increase for customers. As we've previously told you, if the budget is approved, water and wastewater bills would increase by almost $10 per month, a 12% increase over last year's bill. Now, if you are interested in attending the open house, it will be tomorrow at the TEC H2O Center on Montana Avenue. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick break from all of today's headlines and send you outside using our tower camera, I should say. And this is what it looks like. Mostly clear skies. You know, Saturday was nice and warm, beautiful. I could be outdoors all day.
Yes.
Then on Sunday, wow, it changed like that. It was so chilly.
Monica, people love that weather. I've talked to people who the clouds, the gloom, the chill, the chilly winds, oh my gosh, they come alive. We wilt. 63. But we're shining today because that sun came out. What a difference 24 hours makes. 65 has been the high so far today, so nice and warm, and we're about to get warmer for our Tuesday. Here are the high temperatures in your town: 65 Juarez, 58 Las Cruces, 59 Alamogordo, and 45 Ruidoso. Satellite radar composite. The general trend is up pressure, which means winds will come in from the southwest. That breeze will feel so warm in the afternoon. We're going to get closer to 70 than we will be 64 tomorrow. Now here's a quick look. We can expect a high temperature tomorrow to pop up to 65 degrees with a lot of sunshine, a little breezy. Then the clouds thicken on Wednesday, and then here comes the chilly air again. I'm going to have your detailed forecast coming up in just a bit. Monica.
All right, Robert, thank you so much. Let's go ahead and use our textile cameras now, and this is what it looks like. I-10 East Lake, things are looking really nice and smooth. This particular picture does not show a lot of traffic, but you know what? I was out on the roads not too long ago, and it is congested. Just simply look at Northwest El Paso. This is the exit of Artcraft, and yeah, you can definitely tell lots of traffic in this area. Well, over to an update now as we're learning more about a plane crash near Alamogordo that killed 2 people. This is all according to U.S. Air Force. Now, the plane took off around 11:30 in the morning last Wednesday and was scheduled to return within 1 hour. When the aircraft failed to arrive, it was reported missing. On Thursday, the aircraft was found completely burned near Alamogordo, and 2 people were confirmed dead at the scene. New Mexico State Police have identified them as 73-year-old Ralph Guirin and 40-year-old Patrick Chung. Now, the National Transportation Safety Board is handling the investigation. Meanwhile, El Paso police need your help in finding a man who turned a theft at a convenience store in central El Paso into an assault. Now, this all happened before 1 a.m. on Friday, November 21st, at the Circle K on Cotton Street. Police say the suspect attempted to steal food but was confronted by the store clerk. Take a listen.
He was confronted by the clerk, ended up punching the clerk in the head, and left with some of those items. Through security cameras, we were able to capture images of the suspect.
Now, the suspect is described as Hispanic, between 17 and 21 years old. He is 5'7", has a light complexion and a medium build. On the day of the robbery, he was wearing a light-colored hooded sweatshirt, gray sweatpants with a black stripe on the leg, and gray and black athletic shoes with blue laces. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers of El Paso at the number you see right there on your screen. Well, in national coverage, the Supreme Court has its hands full with its final session of the year. In today's Political Minute, News Nation's Blake Berman breaks down some of the biggest cases facing the High Court.
The Supreme Court's December docket. I'm Blake Berman, host of The Hill on News Nation. Justices returning to hear oral arguments in several consequential cases. Our partners at thehill.com highlighting some of the ones to watch, including a case involving a faith-based pregnancy center in New Jersey. The Attorney General there subpoenaed the center for donor names, but the center argues the subpoena has chilled their First Amendment rights. Arguments will center on whether a federal court can rule on the case. The High Court will then hear the case of a Mississippi street preacher. The preacher arrested under a city ordinance that bans demonstrations near a public amphitheater. He's seeking to block officials from arresting him again. Next week, the High Court will also hear arguments on the president's bid to fire a member of the Federal Trade Commission. And they'll consider removing restrictions on political party spending made in coordination with campaigns. I'm Blake Berman, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
Well, the Mexican Congress is considering a landmark change to labor laws, reducing the standard work week from 48 hours to 40. Coming up, we're going to go over your thoughts in today's In the Comments segment. Thank you so much for tuning in to KTSM 9+, always putting local first.
Scan to download KTSM Plus free.
Local.
Welcome back to today's In the Comments segment. Now, the Mexican Congress is considering a landmark change to labor laws, reducing the standard work week from 48 hours to 40. Now, this is a story that we first told you about on Border Report, and the debate comes on the heels of President Claudia Sheinbaum announcing a minimum wage hike that raised salaries to $23 a day for workers in Juarez and other border cities. Now, Mexican business leaders worry that the change is too sudden. The 48-hour work week has been in effect since 1970 and will affect productivity. But labor union organizers said it's just as delayed. Now, we did share this story all over our social media pages, and a lot of you had lots of thoughts you wanted to share. So we are going to start off with Brian Meter, who writes, they're going to raise it to $23 a day. A day. I'll say it again. A day. Meanwhile, Jonas Garcia shares, whoa, so that makes sense why my fellow coworkers from down south were better workers than most Americans. I usually ask, are we working Mexican or American hours? At job sites, if you know, you know. And Rulis Chavez writes, wages go up and so does everything else. Now, the Mexican government archives show that 1970 law was based on a 1931 standard that sought to do away with the 14-hour to 18-hour workdays observed prior to 1910 Mexican Revolution. Now, to read more on this story, just simply visit borderreport.com. And here at KTSM, of course, we value your opinion and we want to hear more from you. So make sure you are following us on all of our social media platforms to keep in touch with us through the comments. Well, up next, the hidden info inside every photo you take includes the exact spot it was snapped, how to see it, and how to stop sharing it. That's coming up in our next half hour. Thanks for sticking with KTSM 9+.
Detail.
Your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderland's only certified broadcast meteorologist.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, the UTEP women's volleyball team is going back to the NCAA tournament for the second straight year. Now, this video is from their practice earlier this morning. The Miners were picked as an at-large selection to the tournament after losing the quarterfinals of the Conference USA tournament. The Miners earned a number 6 seed and just their second NCAA tournament bid in history. The Miners will now take on North Carolina in the first round of the NCAA tournament in Madison, Wisconsin. Big congratulations, Lady Miners.
Big congratulations. The cheering frightened me there for a moment. When I'm at bowling and the Lady Miners are playing volleyball, they are watching it on their phone. Yeah,
They're
my
so
teammates.
good,
They're
yes.
extremely good. People don't understand the treasure we have there. So,
absolutely.
Congrats. Did you play volleyball?
I didn't. I wasn't an athlete when I was in high school. Did you? Wait, sports. I meant sports. I meant sports.
I find it so kind that you even thought for a moment I might have played a sport.
Did you play sports? Yeah.
No.
I thought about it. I was like, volleyball. No.
Yeah. But I was on the speech team.
Ooh.
Oh, come on now.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right? But does it?
Right. You're so good at it.
Oh, you stop. All right, here we go. Look at this. This is just gorgeous. Oh, my goodness. Clear skies up there over Ruidoso right now. Traffic moving around. People going and doing their Christmas shopping. Temperature right now, 41 degrees. Just enough for, I think, a light jacket if the wind's not too bad. 14 miles per hour, gusting to 22. I think I'd put on a coat at that point. Here are the high temperatures in your neighborhood so far today. 65 for Juarez, 58 Las Cruces, 56 TRC, 64 Deming, and 45 for Ruidoso. High temperatures through the southwest. Of course, it is bitter cold across the northern side of the state. Look at Dallas, Texas. 39 degrees has been the high so far today. Texarkana only 38, 40 Wichita Falls, and 41 for Amarillo. Will that cold air make its way down to us? Well, we are going to cool down on Thursday, but tomorrow we're actually going to go the other direction, warming back up. Both Wednesday will be on the warm side as well. Satellite radar composite, of course, we're under that general mild ridge of high pressure and a very dry zone over the southwest right now. That is not the case out over parts of the Midwest where they are under a blanket of snow. Look at Illinois. Virtually the whole state is not only experiencing snow, heavy snow bands coming down. Of course, a winter weather advisory has been extended right into the East Coast, so if you're traveling, watch out. 57 temperature, Las Cruces right now. We've got winds coming in 6 miles per hour. We're in for another cold night tonight. It was 31 in Las Cruces this morning, going down to a similar freeze overnight tonight. Winds will remain light with clear skies, so enjoy the beautiful evening. Here are the temperatures right now in your neighborhood. Now, we can expect the skies to remain clear, the winds to be light. We'll drop down to 37 at the International Airport. Colder down in the valley, dropping down to 33 overnight tonight. Here's your exclusive 9-hour forecast for tomorrow. High temperature 68 degrees with a lot of sunshine. Just an absolutely beautiful day. Warm southwesterly breezes peaking at about 20 miles per hour. So gorgeous. Now coming up, I'm going to have your exclusive 9-day forecast. We'll talk about that cool down on Thursday and your weekend. You stay with KTSM 9 News.
Well, welcome back. Usually we do these interviews sitting down, but we're switching things up on KTSM 9 News today. Me, Mike, Trish.
Hi.
We're bringing a little bit of a different flavor, so we're going to get up and we're going to walk for this interview. We're going to do this sort of fun. We've been working a lot, haven't we, on this new show?
You know, we really have, and I mean, like weeks. And we want to make sure that everything's so smooth and so like seamless, and that's why we're walking. We're just asking for trouble here.
It's not going to happen, but it will be different.
Well, that's true. We're not doing the morning show in the studio anymore, which is why we're leaving the studio. Right. We're actually just down the hall now. Yeah. We've put together a whole new thing.
Yeah.
Just for you, Mike.
This
really.
will be like a welcome to my crib kind of thing.
Yeah, this is that was that show Cribs for a long time?
Cribs.
Yeah. Welcome to our crib. This is where we're going to be on KTSM 9 News today for the foreseeable future. Mike sits over here. Trish sits over here. I'm going to sit right here, and we're going to be doing the show. It's going to be a little different, isn't it? We're still going to bring news and weather and traffic. We got that whole thing down pat, right? But we're just going to bring a little bit of a spice, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're going to shake things up a little bit, so it's going to have like a little different feel, a different look, and, you know, we'll talk about stuff going on in the city. We'll get to all the national stuff as well.
We'll get there.
I think you're going to like it.
Yeah.
And that is our mantra, by the way. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
You should have said,
so give us a
we
chance.
Think you're going to like it, not we'll get there.
We'll get there. No. It's that whole dame chanza kind of thing. You know, that's what I'm hoping for.
We're hoping to get into a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, we're hoping to get you into a little bit of trouble. We've been there before.
We're going to see exactly how many times we can get in the general manager's office.
Unbelievable. We're hoping we make it through December still on the air.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Daddy has some Christmas presents to buy, so please watch.
Please do watch. I agree. But this is where we're going to sit. It's going to be a really fun show. I kind of am excited to see how this is going to all work out because we're going to be kind of doing it like almost like a fun little podcast. Yeah. But it's really going to be quite nice, I think. It's a fun little studio. It looks really nice. It did not look like this when we first rolled up.
No, and you know what? The reason why they gave us these is because, well, you know, we came from radio.
Right.
Yeah.
And those big, gigantic cameras in the studio.
Yeah, no.
Very scary, very scary.
You can see me now on your big, gigantic camera, so you know why we like the little ones better. Or at least I.
They are really little, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
It's a whole setup, so we can do basically everything from here that we can do out there as well. So we'll have a full, for those of you that are worried that like this isn't going to be a full broadcast, it's going to be a full broadcast.
It is.
We're going to have everything you need to know. We're going to do the weather. We're going to do the traffic. We're going to have sports. We're going to have some fun conversation. Everything you like about KTSM 9 News today, it's going to be there.
Yeah.
We've just added Mike and Trish.
Yeah, it'll be a little different, but it'll be the same. I mean, you know, you'll get used to it. Trust me, you will, and you're going to love this new look. You really will. It'll be different. Am I selling it better than the last one?
You're doing so well.
Please cut away to somebody who can sell it better.
Well, this is why we work on this side of the building and not.
Mike needs to make a car payment. Please watch.
Yeah, please.
Plus, I took this T-shirt from some employee's desk. So I'm keeping it. All right, I'm keeping it.
Yeah, there you go.
So watch.
Finders keepers.
Yeah, that's right. They shouldn't have left it there.
If you walk away, it's ours.
Dog eat dog world here, man. All right, more to come after the break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Also, a dog.
Welcome back to KTSM 9 Plus. We're going to begin with an update. The pedestrian who was killed after a crash this past Saturday near New Mexico State University has been identified. New Mexico State Police say 32-year-old Julio Caro in Doña Ana County was struck and killed in the area of Chola Road and Trevis Drive near the campus. Alcohol does not appear to have been a factor in the crash, and at this time there are no pending criminal charges involving the driver of the vehicle, who remained at the scene and was fully cooperative. A man was arrested after threatening a family member with a knife earlier this month. According to the Horizon City Police Department, on November 21st, officers responded to a domestic disturbance call on Desert Sage, and officers discovered that a family member had been threatened with a knife by a family member who was still at large. The man on your screen right there was identified as a suspect and simply by his last name, Mangana. Now, he was booked into the El Paso County Detention Facility on a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon under a $15,000 bond. Well, from our D.C. newsroom, President Donald Trump says that he's invited the family of the National Guard member shot and killed in Washington, D.C. last week to the White House. 2 members of the West Virginia National Guard were shot last Wednesday. One service member died. The other is in critical condition. Washington correspondent Vinay Simlat has this story.
Investigators accuse a 29-year-old Afghan man of the shooting. They say he came to the United States in 2021. Now the Trump administration is zeroing in on immigration from Afghanistan.
The threat in our interior remains real and urgent.
The White House says the United States is under threat from asylum seekers and paused visas for people with Afghan passports after the shooting of 2 members of the West Virginia National Guard blocks away from the White House last Wednesday.
The Trump administration is now actively re-examining all of the Afghans imported into the country by Joe Biden.
The White House argues former President Joe Biden let Afghan refugees into the U.S. with little to no vetting after the U.S.'s chaotic exit from Afghanistan. The suspect, Ramanullah Lakanwal, worked with the CIA during the war in Afghanistan. He entered the U.S. in 2021. His asylum was approved under the Trump administration this year. Democratic Congressman Seth Moulton says freezing all Afghan asylum and immigration is not security, it's scapegoating.
That animal should not have been allowed to come into our country.
Both victims, Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom and Air Force Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf, were part of the West Virginia National Guard. Governor Patrick Morrisey says he hopes Staff Sergeant Wolf recovers.
We were told that Andrew was asked if he could hear the nurse who asked the question, to give a thumbs up, and he did respond. And we were told that he also wiggled his toes.
That suspect entered the U.S. through a refugee resettlement program. A nonprofit says he and his family settled in Washington state. U.S. Attorney for D.C. Janine Pirro says he will be facing first-degree murder charges among several other charges. In Washington, I'm Vinay Simlat. Back to you.
Well, former acting ICE director and now border czar for the Trump administration, Tom Homan, is set to speak at UTEP this week. And as the university prepares for his visit, they are now facing pushback from many in the community. Homan is set to speak here at the Undergraduate Learning Center on December 4th. County officials took a formal and very public stand ahead of his presence last week. In a unanimous vote, county commissioners passed a resolution they say reaffirms El Paso County's core values, including dignity, respect, and opportunity for all, particularly for immigrant communities. Officials stress that the move is simply symbolic and does not stop Homan's visit. Local Republican leaders say that they believe the visit is an exercise of free speech and an important chance for the community to hear directly from Homan.
Freedom of speech is allowing people to talk and communicate, and that's what I believe he's going to do. Come here, talk, and communicate with the people. So that is freedom of speech. Thinking otherwise is just dictator behavior, trying to shut people up.
We stand behind freedom of speech, first of all, even if we strongly disagree with it. But we also, are calling on folks at UTEP to make sure that if there are people that are going to be there to protest, that they are allowed to do so, that their freedom of speech is also respected.
Now, the event is hosted by Turning Point USA at UTEP, which is a local student chapter of the national organization. The group says that they hope to bring, quote, bring back open dialogue and respect between parties of differing opinions, end quote. All right, let's go ahead and switch gears here just a bit because now we're talking about weather. So I don't know about you guys, but this weekend was a little up and down for me. So it was beautiful on Saturday, and then all of a sudden I had to take out my blanket, San Marquez, the one with the big tiger on it, because it was just so cold.
When it comes to weather, would you say that we are delicate flowers?
I think I am.
Yeah.
Are you?
Well, yeah. I mean, if suddenly the temperature drops maybe 5 degrees.
I can't.
Red alert. Red alert.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we're spoiled. 63 degrees, and I'll show you how spoiled we are when we look at the radar composite over the Midwest, where it's just a whiteout right now, and we're enjoying the sunshine and this. We've got dew point at 29, 28% relative humidity. You're a little cooler right now, Las Cruces, 57 degrees, 30% humidity for you. Satellite radar composite, we're good. Look at that. All clear through southern New Mexico, far west Texas, and shall stay that way tomorrow. In fact, we're going to get a little warmer. Here's a quick look ahead. High temperature tomorrow, 68 degrees, 66 on Wednesday, and then we'll see the clouds thicken late Wednesday. We might even see a couple of drops on Thursday. Very slight chance with a high of only 59 degrees. So, Monica, you'll have to find that blanket with the tiger on it. I'm going to have your detailed forecast coming up in just a bit. Monica.
Robert, thank you so much. Well, from our Austin newsroom, it's Christmas time at the state capitol, and as horse-drawn carriages brought a set of trees to celebrate the season. In addition to that, the Texas House and State Preservation Board showed off their new holiday ornament, celebrating the 30th year of the Texas Capitol tree ornament. Adam Schwager has more on this year's festivities.
It's a Texas-sized Christmas at the Texas State Capitol, capped off with the largest tree you've ever seen on the Texas House floor. Monday, a pair of horse-drawn carriages delivered Christmas trees to Texas's First Lady Cecilia Abbott, Secretary of the Senate Patsy Spaw, and First Lady of the Texas House Elizabeth Burrows. Burrows then went to the Texas House to show off the 28-foot tall Texas House Christmas tree. So large it nearly reaches the ceiling and burying lawmakers' desks. Here's what it looked like as they put it up last week.
Don't overpull, don't overpull. Don't overpull.
To go along with the Texas-sized tree, Burrows had a Texas-sized 2025 Capitol ornament, celebrating the 30th anniversary of the first ornament designed by former Speaker of the House Pete Laney's late wife, Nelda. Burrows says it's an honor to be associated with the Laneys, who, like the Burrows, are from the Lubbock area.
Still see Speaker Pete Laney on a regular basis. Saw him about a week ago, and his son. And I have told them how special it is to me, and we've even made a special little insert that we're going to give with some of our Lubbock ornaments that have a picture of Miss Nelda Laney hanging her ornament on the tree and me hanging mine.
The Lubbock ornaments Burrows mentioned are a part of an event that's happening on Friday. All 150 House members have been asked to create their own ornaments representing their districts, and they'll put those on the tree then. In Austin, I'm Adam Schwager.
Well, in tech news, the hidden data inside every photo you take and why you might be sharing it without even realizing it. Rich DeMiro explains in today's Rich on Tech.
We love taking photos on our phones and sharing them online, but you could be giving away more than you think. Here's why.
It's the hidden info inside every photo you take.
Almost any time a photograph is taken, there's a lot of data collected along with that photo.
Smartphones embed location data inside every picture, which means when you share a photo, someone could see exactly where it was taken.
I think in most cases, we are sharing our location and information about us without even knowing it.
That means someone could see where you live, work, or vacation.
I don't think most people realize that all of this information is being collected about us all the time.
Sites like Facebook and Instagram strip out this data so others can't see it. But not every site does that, and the site itself still has access to this treasure trove of information about you.
Now, hacking and the absence of data privacy is the new normal because these companies have invaded our privacy.
To see what's hiding in a photo, drag and drop it into the website onlineexifviewer.com. You'll see the phone model, a map, and other details. To stay private, you can turn off location tagging altogether, but that makes your own collection tougher to organize. A better idea? Just remove it when you share. On iPhone and Samsung, tap Options at the top of the share screen, then toggle off Location Data. Pixel users can download an app called Scrambled EXIF to remove data. On Windows, right-click a photo, select Properties, then Details, and click Remove Properties and Personal Information. On Mac, open a photo, tap the info icon, then GPS, and click Remove Location Data.
Privacy is dead once the Trojan horse of these phones entered into our lives.
Keep in mind, some apps also read this location data, which is why your phone is starting to ask if you want to give apps full access to your camera roll or just limit them to specific photos. I'll put links to all of these tools on my website, richontech.tv. I'm Rich DeMuro. That's Rich on Tech.
Well, a Wicked prequel novel is now in the works. Coming up, we're going to tell you what it's about and when it's set to be released. Then Texas has the highest rate of food insecurity in the nation, and El Paso has twice the food insecurity of the state. We're going to go over what you had to say in our In the Comments segment. Thank you so much for tuning in to KTSM 9+, always putting local first.
Your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderland's only certified broadcast meteorologist.
Welcome back, everyone. All right, check this out. So Wicked fans will love this story. There's a new novel in the works about one of the main characters, Gregory Maguire, the author of the novel that inspired the Broadway hit, which then became the silver screen blockbuster and is now returning to the Land of Oz with the prequel novel titled Glinda, A Charmed Childhood. The book is going to explore the young life of a character who would go on to become the Good Witch. The book is set to be released next September. Interesting, huh?
Gosh, I really need to go see it.
You know, okay, so we do like musicals, but I didn't think my husband was going to love Wicked as much as he did the first part.
Really?
Yes. So I think you should watch it. Just go watch it and tell me what you think.
And now there's another part.
Yeah, so it's part 2. It's kind of like the musical where it's split into two.
Okay, so it was between that or Predator Badlands.
How was that?
Oh, excellent.
Really?
However, there was no music, but it was funny. I didn't expect to laugh at that movie.
Really?
Oh, it's a 10. But yes, I will go see Wicked.
Go. What is it? I heard of
Predator
it.
Badlands.
Badlands.
Yes.
All right, I'm on it.
Oh, you're going to enjoy. 65 our high so far today. 65 for Juarez, 58 Las Cruces, 57 Silver City, 59 Alamogordo, 45 so far for Ruidoso today. It's a beautiful day. My goodness, yesterday so cloudy. Of course, that thick deck of stratus clouds just hung over the town, keeping us from getting very warm. We had a little cool air come in from the east as well. Combination, a chilly Sunday, but a Monday that's very different. Now, that is not the case for the other side of the country. And if you have travel plans from Wisconsin all the way out through Ohio into Pennsylvania, New York tomorrow, West Virginia, I would definitely check for potential delays. It's a whiteout out there, a little early for that type of heavy snow, but nonetheless, it's really cold in that side of the country. Here are the winds for us. Will be light tonight, about 5 to 10 miles per hour, variable in direction. Here comes your exclusive 9-hour forecast for Tuesday. If you like today, you'll love Tuesday even more because the high temperature goes up to 68 degrees. Southwest winds about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Lots of blue skies, perfection achieved. Here is your allergy forecast. 9 for tomorrow, then jumping up to 12s for the next 2 days. That's the highest it can be. 32 your low temperature tonight for you, Las Cruces. Clear and cold. You were cold last night at 31. 64 your high tomorrow. You two will jump out of those 50s into the 60s as we all generally warm up for our Tuesday. 37 low temperature tonight at the International Airport down in the valley, going down to 33. So right at just above freezing down there. 68 high temperature for tomorrow with lots of sunshine. Truly a beautiful day. Now, only KTSM gives you 9 full days of weather. On Wednesday, we're going to wake up to perfection, clear skies by the afternoon and evening, mostly cloudy skies. Still above normal, high 66 degrees. Then we'll go below normal. On Thursday, as we cloud up, we'll have cooler winds, high temperature 59 degrees. I've downgraded it from a light rain to just drops. It's a slight chance because the moisture levels appear to be drier and drier each run. We'll have a windy Friday with a high of 63 degrees. A little windy at times on Saturday, but look how close we'll get to 70. And then we level off way above normal. 68 Sunday, 69 on Monday, and then 270s potentially Tuesday and Wednesday as that high pressure keeps hold. So not bad in the weather department. Monica.
Robert, thank you so much. Well, in today's In the Comments segment, Texas has the highest rate of food insecurity in the nation. And El Paso actually has twice the food insecurity of Texas. And this is all according to a presentation on hunger in the local area that the El Paso City Council heard today during the regularly scheduled work session. Now, as we first told you in our first half hour, the data was presented by the executive director for the Kelly Center for Hunger Relief. According to him, the United States has a 12.8% rate of food insecurity. Texas is at 17.6%, and El Paso is double that at 35%. Now, we did share this story all over social media accounts, and lots of you had lots you wanted to share, so we're going to start off with Becky B. Oates, who writes, but all the restaurants were packed yesterday, coffee shops have long lines, and the malls are crowded. Meanwhile, Jack Larcy writes, don't tell City Council about this. They'll immediately address the issue by raising taxes or adding a fee. And Jesus Gomez writes, of course, we don't only assist El Pasoans, but other people from other countries and other states. And here at KTSM, of course, we value your opinion and we want to hear more from you. So make sure you're following us on all of your social media platforms to keep in touch with us through the comments. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Segment sponsored by Emergence Health Network.
Hi everyone. So we know that the holidays are in full swing, so we want to spend some time talking about being mindful through the season and how it can be beneficial. So we have one of our experts with us. Bridget, what do we mean being mindful and how can it be helpful?
Yeah, so being mindful means being present, paying attention to maybe your thoughts, your emotions, or even your surroundings. That way you're able to guide better and navigate through stressful or overwhelming situations.
Okay, and how can it be beneficial during this time?
Well, holidays can be stressful and definitely overwhelming at times, and so being mindful allows you to stay present, it gives you perspective, and it allows you to remember what's important during those times.
And what if we need a little break through the hustle and bustle? What can we do?
It's good to take breaks, so taking a walk outside, maybe taking some deep breaths, removing yourself from the environment, or a change of scenery is always good.
Okay, Bridget, thank you very much. We're going to have some more helpful tips for you to get us through the holidays next week. We'll see you then.
Segment sponsored by Emergence Health Network. Parade.
Here is the last look at your exclusive 9-day forecast. Tomorrow, high temperature 68 degrees with sunshine and warm breezes. Clouding up late in the day on Wednesday with a high of 66. Cooler on Thursday, only 59 with clouds and slight chance of a couple of drops. Back to sunshine Friday, a little windy on Saturday as well with a high of 69. Then we level off on temperatures way above normal. Monica.
Robert, thank you so much. And thank you for tuning in to KTSM 9+. I'm Monica Cortez. 9 News Now with Estela Casas is up next.
Hair and wardrobe provided by